Nice film, Guillermo.
Thank you very much.
This film has pop to it, and the creatures work.
Yes.
And when these films are bad, they don't work. You know, and the creatures don't work. And you knew that going in, didn't you?
Yeah, it doesn't take too much for the film like this not to work. That's the scary part of it. I mean, you one or two pieces don't work, goodbye, get out. You know.
But you had good people.
Yes.
It has good lineage.
Very good lineage. I think the pedigree of the film is extremely good, from the cast to the technical crew, and some of them, or most of them, from all that lineage are not obvious choices. Like the effects people we chose were quote unquote unproven, untested Canadian companies for CGI effects. Rick Lazzarini, the character shop, who had done the Budweiser frogs for the creatures because we wanted natural textures. In the acting department, we wanted top actors that would not normally be associated with the genre. Mira, Jeremy, Giancarlo Giannini, and so forth. And DP, we brought a DP from Denmark. You know, it's like it's a strange family tree.
It's not typical.
No, I think the influence of that is both the fact that I was coming from doing Chronos and doing, you know, my vision of the genre is to make it with passion and to make it as artistically as you can, because that's the only genre I want to do. And the combination with Dimension Films, which is a film company that has new ideas, that has fresh ideas, that is aggressive, and that, you know, those things like this are Scream, you know.
Do you know when you're in the middle of making this film when you're scaring the audience? Do you know when you're scaring?
Yes, no, that I do. Totally, absolutely, and that's the only thing I do right in this life. I don't do anything else right. You can ask my wife. But this I do.
You learned that a long time ago.
Oh, since I was a very young guy. Because I was first and foremost an audience. You know, you start by being an audience. You watch the movies, you get scared. And if you are fascinated enough and engrossed enough by the genre, you start seeing the workings. And then you try to study them. I mean, I really went deep into studying Hitchcock as much as I could as a young man. I mean, I wrote a book about it. Not that that makes you know anything.
No, but it does.
But it does. I mean, watching the films back when, you know, most of the tapes were not available on video, being a film projectionist for 7 years on a cinema club, all these things, being a collector of videos, you start becoming more and more of a studious of film from the audience point of view and the filmmaker's point of view. And you calculate the effect rather easily.
And you trust your own instincts.
I do.
There's a scene where you finally get to see the real creature swoop down and picks her up and carries her off. And without giving the film away, that scene has so much pop to it.
The idea for me was to do for subway trains what Hitchcock did for showers. You know, I thought, when I take a shower, there's very rarely, not that rarely I take a shower, but there's rarely a moment in which you are there that you don't remember that scene.
Yeah.
At least for me, you know, you're there and you go, oh, Norman, where art thou?
Yeah.
You know, and for me, there is a universal fear of empty subway platforms. You're there, and if it's empty, it's bad. And if there's only one more person, it's equally bad.
And if there's a giant bug,
it's worse.
You're in a hell of a lot of trouble.
So the thing for me was, can I recreate sound-wise and visual-wise the feeling of loneliness and creepiness of an empty platform, and can I use that as a springing board of this kind of scene? And yes, we could. It was good.
I want to ask you a question about directing. If you didn't make any money doing this and there was no publicity or notoriety, it just gets down to the moment of doing it. What do you really love about making movies?
Doing them and showing them to an audience. See, if first of all, one of the things that I have guaranteed in the way I have approached film is I never went in for prestige or things like that, because I chose the most ungrateful genre in the world. I mean, 90% of the people down look on this kind of movies, including the people that make them. But just the pleasure of seeing them, seeing the creature that the movie is, work in front of an audience and make the audience levitate on their seats and take home a little virus of uncomfortability. that makes me happy.
Are you as do you find directing as fulfilling now as when you started?
I find it even much more
Why?
fulfilling now, because when you substitute freshness for knowledge, and you substitute that in a rather nice way. You start really fresh, and you do mistakes, and you learn from them, and eventually the freshness gives you serenity instead. I am right now at a stage in my craft or my craftsmanship in which I have a lot of serenity. I know my gut, not because it's big, but my gut is right, and I know how to navigate blind. I mean, you can put me in the center of the worst set on earth, and I can make the scene work now because the learning experiences I've had have been extremely intense. Kronos was very intense, but Mimic was 10 times more intense. It was extremely complicated to do.
And more expensive.
Yeah, yes, but for the buck, this movie gives you more bang for the buck than what the cost is. You know, I think Mimic it's under 30 million, and I think it looks bigger than that.
Well, you put it all on screen.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, nice film.